This is Captain Jarsto, EAS Netherlands.
Syria Planum Command Post reporting.
This is NBS-1, Squad Leader Tajan.
We are not hostile. I repeat, we are not hostile.
The Corps' mother, the Corps' father.
I will need to protect the interests of our people.
Battles we fought here at Orion 7 in the name of freedom. Three-Edged Sword. Episode 12. The Aftermath.
Personal log, Syria Planum Command Post. Well, we're picking up the pieces around here, again. I just got back from an informal memorial for Beta Squad. Sending them on that suicide vector was the hardest part of this mess. What's that old line? In space they can't hear you scream. Except for the poor schmuck on the other end of the comm. No official ceremony, of course. Officially, the attack never happened, and now higher-ups are trying to make sure it didn't happen on their watch. Still, operational planning continues, especially with 3 more to avenge. The unexpected arrival of the Thebes and Thor's hammer has highlighted the limits of the linked array. While it makes hyperspace tactics and navigation an open book, it has little reach into normal space. I'm working up some experiments with the orbital beacons to try and tweak its range. It's always fun hacking navsats. The biggest debate now is the Narn. Some think they too were fooled by that bastard of a captain and his calm cover-up. Others say the Narn deliberately lured us in, then provided an escape route to keep both sides off balance. While I don't begrudge the reprieve they gave Alpha Squad and the Omegas, we will have to be very cautious in our future dealings with them. I just wonder what happens after they break the seal on that sample. The Corps' mother, the Corps' father. Close personal log.
Captain's log, EAS Netherlands, 75 days after secession. Now that we're back at Orion 7, and I've had a chance to go through most of the records of the action, it's time to reflect on the battle and what preceded it. Our capital ships took no damage, but unfortunately the same can be said for the enemy capital ship. Our fighters did take damage, but we managed to avoid loss of life even there. The acceleration of the enemy ship hints at the presence of advanced technology, probably of alien origin. That would be bad enough, but the way we were tracked is worse. While it is imperative not to panic, the ability of the Psi Corps to track us telepathically is almost certain to complicate future operations significantly. The one ray of hope we have is that the approach of Thor's hammer and the Thebes was not picked up until they jumped into hyperspace. This means we are almost certainly safe from detection as long as we stay out of hyperspace. But while traveling through normal space might work to get a little way beyond the jump gate, it won't do for substantial journeys. In a best case scenario, we can hope that this new tracking system needs a reasonably specific source to lock onto to start with. If it does, we may be able to get around it by avoiding the jump gate and making our jump points at random spots well away from it. That would be inconvenient, but it would make it next to impossible for the starting area to be monitored. Unfortunately, that technique will only work if our most optimistic estimates of the system are true. If it is able to scan a larger area quickly, hyperspace is about to grow very dangerous for us indeed. All of which means that we will have to make getting any information we can about this tracking system our first priority, even as we work on building up our defenses here and preparing for another assault. It was partly to start those preparations that I've ordered 10 of our orbital base starfuring wings to sweep the system for any unauthorized communications satellites. Partly because it was mainly to make another point altogether. A few new ships arrived during our trip, but some of the new captains were reluctant to accept that I'd left Captain Phillips of the Thebes in charge here. Indeed, it seems some of them expressed a reluctance about me being in charge upon my return. So this demonstration makes one further point. 120 Furies with the advantage of surprise could easily take out all offensive weapons systems on a couple of Omega-class ships. And none of the squadron leaders have expressed any doubts about my leadership.
This is NBS-2 to NBS-1. Now that the excitement is over, we need to discuss the status of the special item. I still have it, but it needs to be transferred into stasis soon. With our base out of reach, the only other option is the Netherlands or Orion 7. That puts the matter into your capable hands, Tajan. I suggest you find a way to convince the good captain to allow my fighter to dock as well. Perhaps an operational meeting with his tactical officer? Unless you want the sample to degrade, I imagine you look forward to whatever contingency plans you had in mind.
Are you done? We've been over that enough, and after this mess I'm not in the mood. To each their own, unless you'd like to discuss your preferences.
Perhaps another time. So what is the next move, Commander?
Our move, Lieutenant, is exactly what you suggested. I suppose we have the benefit of 2 recent engagements worth of maintenance as the perfect excuse. The good captain and I have much to discuss. I doubt he'll express his reservations with so many other meaningful topics to cover. Planning the defensive strategy for Orion with his tactical officer will allow you to keep an eye on whatever suspicions they might harbor. The last thing we need is a run-in with Earth Alliance security. So make the damage to your targeting systems look authentic. If it helps, you can start thinking about my contingency plans again.
Free Edged Sword is brought to you by Voices of Babylon.